The Adventures of Rosie and the Rainbow Flower. Once upon a time, in a picturesque village surrounded by rolling hills and meadows, there lived a little girl named Rosie. Rosie had bright red hair that matched her vibrant personality, and she loved to explore the world around her. Her favorite place to play was a magical meadow at the edge of the village, where wildflowers grew in every color of the rainbow. One sunny afternoon, as Rosie skipped through the meadow, she noticed something unusual. Amidst the sea of flowers, there was one that stood out, a single flower with petals that shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. Rosie had never seen anything like it. Curious, Rosie knelt down to get a closer look. As she reached out to touch the rainbow flower, she heard a tiny voice say, "Please, don't pick me." Startled, Rosie looked around but saw no one. "Who said that?" she asked. "I did," replied the flower, swaying gently in the breeze. "I am a magical flower and I need your help." Rosie's eyes widened in amazement. "How can I help you?" The flower explained, "My magic is fading, and soon I will lose my colors. If that happens, the magic of this meadow will disappear. You must find the 3 enchanted ingredients to restore my magic: the golden dewdrop from the ancient oak, a silver feather from the wise old owl, and a crystal tear from the lake of dreams." Rosie nodded determinedly. "I'll find them for you." With a sense of adventure, Rosie set off on her quest. First, she headed to the ancient oak, a towering tree that was said to be the oldest in the forest. As she approached, she saw a sparkling golden dewdrop hanging from one of its leaves. Carefully, Rosie climbed the tree and collected the dewdrop in a small vial. "One down, 2 to go," she said to herself. Next, Rosie made her way to the clearing where the wise old owl, named Orion, lived. She found Orion perched on a high branch, gazing at her with kind, knowing eyes. "Orion, I need one of your silver feathers to save the magical flower in the meadow," Rosie explained. Orion hooted softly and nodded. "I understand, dear child. Take this feather and use it wisely." With the silver feather in hand, Rosie thanked Orion and continued on her journey. Her final destination was the Lake of Dreams, a serene and mystical place where the water was said to hold the dreams of all who visited it. As Rosie reached the lake, she saw her own reflection in the water and whispered, "Please, I need a crystal tear to save the magic of the meadow." To her astonishment, the lake responded with a gentle ripple, and a single, glistening crystal tear floated to the surface. Rosie carefully scooped it up, completing her collection of enchanted ingredients. Excitedly, Rosie hurried back to the meadow and presented the ingredients to the rainbow flower. As she placed the golden dewdrop, silver feather, and crystal tear at the flower's base, a brilliant light enveloped the meadow. The rainbow flower's petals glowed brightly, and its colors became more vivid than ever. "Thank you, Rosie," the flower said, its voice full of gratitude. "You have restored my magic and saved the meadow." Rosie smiled, feeling a warm sense of accomplishment. "I'm glad I could help." From that day on, the meadow was more magical than ever, filled with flowers that bloomed in a riot of colors and enchanted creatures that came to live there. Rosie became known as the village hero, and she continued to visit the meadow, always greeted by the rainbow flower's joyful presence. And so Rosie, the brave girl with the red hair, lived happily ever after, knowing that she had made the world a little more magical.